Hello everybody, I'm Miguel Sanchez, and welcome to the start of a brand new series called Roster Builder. That's right, where I give ideas of future fighting games that and you get to decide which one is the best for you. So it was a fighting game or racing game, you decide, or even a party game, you decide. I'll make the best video games I ever heard of. So for this first episode, I'll be creating a new video game called Moshi Fighters, based on the Moshi Monsters franchise. It is a fighting game, and I hope you enjoyed it so much. So best of luck to you, and I hope that my life can ever be easier said than done. So that's where you come in. So I hope you enjoyed it. And now, without any further delay, let's get started. But first, let's get into the rules. As always, as you can see, the format is the 3v3 format. It's a 3 versus 3 team for the team battle. Key mechanic is Moshi moves, meaning super moves that players can use to impact their opponents. The character guidelines are none. All Moshi Monsters characters are good, iconic. So, and the rules, none. They're just for fun. Now, let's get started. As you can see, here's the official grid. As you can see, there we have a total of 36 characters in the base roster, plus 2 DLC packs with 8 characters each, for a total of 52 characters. That's a whole lot. And that's where you come in. If you agree with this, feel free to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. I'll do my best to make it happen for you. And now, without any further delay, let's get started. So the reason why there are only 6 slots on the top tier is because, yep, you guessed it, all 6 of the main Moshi Monsters are in the base roster. You're starting with Katsuma, and that's why he's orange and red. And all over it. His Hiya Hurricane will make him go wild, and he'll blast his opponents into outer space. So Katsuma is in the roster. Let's put him in here, and that's one spot down. Next up is Puppet. So I gotta say, Puppet is one cute Moshi Monster, and she has the ability to call out her Moshling friends, and that's because her blue boots can make her dance like she has gone and somewhere. That's how I'm supposed to say. So that's why Puppet is on the roster. So put her there. Katsuma and Puppet are already there. Next up is Furry. Oh yeah, he's no stranger. He's got some moves, and he's got some special attacks with some hair. He'll drop some hair balls on it. Maybe it's a level 1, and for his level 3 super, he'll do some punching. Yes, some rapid punch attacks. So that is something. So put Furry there. He's on the roster. And next up is Zomber. So we all know Zomber is one crazy zombie monster. Yes, that's because he is a rock star. That's right. That's because he can use his guitar for his level 1 super, and for his level 3 super, he'll put on a show, a concert. They'll send opponents flying. And deal some massive damage. That's a lot. I hope so too. So let's put Zomber up there. Next up is Lovely, and I hope Lovely is definitely one of the best. And she'll make her flirt, and she'll make her opponents flirt. That's because of her magic stalk on top of her head. She'll use enchanting spells and cast wizardry, and cast spells that use wizardry and magic. That's everything you need to know, and that's why she is one sassy girl. Put her on the roster, and we have one spot to go. Our final Moshi Monster, and that is Diavolo. Yes, he is one volcanic hothead. Black and red all over him. Diavolo can make his opponents sizzle hot. And that's because his level 3 super can turn Diavolo into an active volcano. If burned by the heat, they'll take massive damage. So be careful out there. Good luck out there, Diablo. With that, our Moshi Monsters are finally complete, but we still have 30 more to go. We still need to fill in the roster. I decided to do 30 characters, and I decided to do 15 characters and 15 Moshlings. So yes, 15 Moshlings on the right side. So be careful out there. Are you ready? Let's fill out the rest of the roster with our next character, Buster Bubble Chops. That's right. He is called the ultimate Moshlingologist for a reason. He knows Moshlings and a lot more. But how good is he on the battlefield? Well, only time will tell, because his level 3 super can help him summon an army of Moshlings and charge onto the action. So that is something you haven't heard about before. So good luck, Buster. Put him on the roster. Next up, we need to find next up is Dr. Strangeglove. That's right. We need to have a villain. That's right. And Dr. Strangeglove is the perfect villain to add to this Moshi fighting game. And that is how I'm supposed to say. Dr. Strangeglove is one of the most all-time favorite characters in Moshi Monsters history. His army of glumps will charge him for as part. He'll throw multiple glumps at the opponents, and as part of his level 1 super and his level 3 super, will have him summon an army of glumps and charge him forward and deal some massive damage to their opponents. That's a lot. So careful out there. So Dr. Strangelove is there on the roster. Next up, we're going to need an editor-in-chief of the Daily Growl, so I chose Rory Scrawl to go on the roster. Rory Scrawl is one of my favorites, and I gotta say, he is the editor-in-chief of the Daily Growl for a reason. He's got multiple eyes around his head, and that is something you never heard of. It's something every day. That is one big deal over another, and Rory is as a good moves. In fact, he's got multiple eyes that he can throw to his opponents as part of his level 1 super, so that should be pretty good for his level 3 super. You have no idea, but put him in there. Rory Scrawl is on the roster. Next up, we need a DIY store. We need a DIY shopkeeper. That's why we have Dewey in the house. Dewey is one friendly Moshi who owns a hardware store in Monstro City. And he's been an all-time favorite in the Moshi Sleeper Mindfulness app. For his level 3 super, I know, he'll build a tank, and shoot missiles at any opponent, damaging their way. Ouch! That's gonna be hard. So this is gonna be a tough pill to swallow. So put Stewie over there. He is in. Next up is the owner of the grocery store, and his name Snozzle Wobbleson. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one. When it comes to that, I know Snozzle is one friendly Moshi who can do just that. He's got a whole lot of foods out there, Moshi foods to be exact, and he'll use his wobbly body to charge over his attacks, and that'll be his level 1 super. His level 3 super, his level 3 super, will be his food army. Yes, it'll be a food fight. Snozzle Wobbleson will throw all his foods straight to their opponent, and Snozzle giving their opponents the final finish. That is how it's done. So Snozzle Wobbleson, one of my favorites. Put him on the roster, and that brings me to our first batch of Moshlings. Our first batch of Moshlings. Here we go. First up, we've got Mr. Snoodle, the Silly Snuffler. That's right, our first Moshling in the roster. He is known as the Silly Snuffler for a reason. He can sniff out and do the doodle. And that'll be his level 3 super. Silly Snufflers can always do the doodle. And like I always say, just the way I am. So best of luck, Mrs. Doodle. Put him right there. We need another. And how about another Silly Snuffler? That's where Mrs. Snoodle comes in. She is also a Silly Snuffler, just like Mr. Snoodle, and always a good time. And that's how I always say. She made her debut in Moshi Monsters the movie, and that is how which turned 10 years old last year. But this is how it's supposed to end. We need to have more Moshlings. How am I supposed to say this? This is definitely one I cannot believe. But I gotta say, Home Sweet Home for Mrs. Doodle, count me in. Put her in the roster. But next up, we've got Shishi, the Sneezing Panda. Ooh, that would be a good one. If you love Shishi, then you came to the right place. Shishi, the Sneezing Panda, is one can sneeze a lot. Cut. For level 1 super, she'll sneeze and give anyone the cold. Ouch! That's gonna hurt. But for her level 3 super, for level 3 super, she'll huff and puff and blow her opponents away and deal some damage and knockback to anyone standing in her way. So Shishi is definitely a good choice. So put her on the roster. Next up, we go from one panda to another. Straight out of the Moshi Sleep Fitness app, our first Moshi Sleep Moshi is Pink, the paddleboarding panda. So this is one of my all-time favorites. Although I don't like her character design so much, but I'm enjoying love her so much. But alongside Callie, the Valley Mermaid, but she's not on the roster. No way, she's not going to be on the roster. I had to cut her off. A hard cut for Callie. Pink is going in, so put her on the roster. Shishi and Pink make great panda teams together, which brings me to the next Moshi on the list, and that is Molina, the Wimbledon Wonder. I gotta say, this is one of my all-time favorite characters. Now, this straight out of also for the Moshi Sleep Fitness app. Molina needs to get out there and play some tennis. That's where her moves comes in. Her level super has to play tennis on with her opponents, and if anyone is hit by the tennis balls, they'll deal massive knockback and damage. That is a whole lot. So put Molina on the board. More Moshis to come. But first, back to the main roster. Let's keep it going with our next character, which is Agent of Clock. The Criminal League of Naughty Quitters. That's what I'm going to say. The Clock. Let's see who it is. Yep, it's Big Chief Tiny Head. Now, Big Chief Tiny Head is big, but he has a tiny head. And a white underbelly. Ugh. But don't worry, I'll make some moves out of you. Good casting spells, good. Put him on the board. He's in. So yes, we'd love to see him in. Next up on the board, yes, Sprocket. One half of the duo that will who consists of another robot that we'll get to later on. But yes, Sprocket has his moves. He'll throw gears at his opponents and deal some massive knockback and damage to anyone getting in the way. So settle back and let's see how we do it together. So put him on the board. However, we cannot have Sprocket without his trusty sidekick, Hubs. That's right, Hubs is going to be in the roster. That's right, both Sprocket and Hubs are best friends, but in this game, they'll be two separate fighters. Either as a team or as rivals. We never know, but we will soon find out. So let's put Hubs on the roster. Next up, we got Elder Furry, the leader of the Super Moshis. That's right. He's the guardian of the Super Moshis, and he'll do whatever it takes to fight for justice and save the day. And I believe he and Furry can make a great team, or make better rivals. We will soon find out. Put him on the roster. We still and did you recall the season one of the Moshi Matchup League? Well, guess what? The champion herself, Agony Ant, is going to be on the roster. Yes, that's right. Agony Ant is in. She'll do her best to be psychedelic and feel her naughtiness. Our level 3 super is gonna have her opponents spinning like crazy and dealing some massive knockback. So watch out for that. And that brings me to our second batch of Moshlings, starting with you're gonna love it, the mascot of Moshi Sleep Mindfulness, Sleepy Paws, the Snoozy Koala. Now this is one of my all-time favorites. My all-time favorite Moshlings. As you can see, this koala moshling loves to sleep, but he's not in the mood for sleeping. He's in the mood for fighting, and that's why his skills on the battlefield are more powerful than they used to be. His level 1 super will make him throw pillows a lot, and for his level 3 super, will make his opponents go to sleep, and when his opponent goes to sleep, Sleepy Paws will unleash a true attack and turn into a massive koala. And instead of a massive punchback, massive punching blows until we get to the final finish. So, good job, Sleepy Paws. Put him on the roster, and we need another Sleepy Moshling, and that's where Notkins comes in. Notkins is the bedtime buddy, and she makes a perfect companion to Sleepy Paws. Now, Sleepy Paws is no, but Notkins is here to help. and she'll do whatever it takes to get the job done. And her level 3 super will have her. Have her opponents covered in clouds, and then she'll hop on her opponents until her opponent gives massive knockback. That's a lot. So knock-ins, it's on the roster, yes, but we still need more. How about we bring in a Moshi who loves pixels? That's right, we're bringing in Icky, the pixel munching snuffler. I'm gonna get ya. But don't worry, that's what the initials stand for. But yes, Icky is the pixel munching snuffler, and he'll do whatever it takes to snatch up the opponents in size. His level 1 super will have him spit out mouse pointers and deals some massive damage. But for his level 3 super, he'll go into his full fury mode and chop on any opponents until turning any opponent into pixelated characters, into pixelated versions, and chopping on any opponent instead of the other way until they deal massive damage. So it's a lot. So let's put Iggy on the board. Next boss league up, Chop Chop, the cheeky chimp. That's right. One of our most popular boss things in the Moshi Sleeping Mindfulness app. Chop Chop is known as the cheeky chimp for a reason. He is a master in martial arts, in kung fu. He's got whatever it takes to chop the competition in half. And for his level 3 super, he'll chop the foes up in style and using his karate moves to knock back the competition. So yes, Chop Chop is in. Put him on the roster, and we need another Moshi and hop out another one from the Moshi Sleeping Mindfulness app. Let's do it. This will be Fluttercup, the unicorn. I know Fluttercup is gonna be a tough one, but we get it. How do we notify each other? But yes, Fluttercup is a unicorn with magical skills and tricks up her sleeve. She'll use her horn magic to send their opponents flying, and their opponent is 30%. Is below 30%. They'll make her Fluttercup will unleash her true powerful attack to make her opponents disappear. So put Fluttercup on the board. She's there. We still have 10 more spots to go in the base roster, so let's see who those 10 are. And starting with the leader of the Ghost Pirates, the Maroon 5. That's right, Captain Codswallop. That's right. He is the leader of the Maroon 5, and he'll do whatever it takes to take his opponents off the air. That's right, Captain of the Gooey Galleon. This Ghost Pirate is sure he'll sail away anyone off the 7 seas. So put Captain Codswallop on the board and get him on there. 9 spots to go. Who's next? I know who's next. Wally Warp Speed. I didn't know about him, but I didn't know why I put him on the board. But it is what it is. So Wally Warp Speed has got to be on the roster. He'll do whatever it takes to maybe to get the job done. He may be old, but he's still one worthy Moshi. So let's put Wally Warp Speed on the roster. We need another Moshi, and this one is a scientist. Ooh, I chose Tamara Tesla. Tamara Tesla is a good addition to the Moshi Fighters roster, and she has a good fighting skill. And her level 1 super can make her use her antenna to zap her opponents down and deal massive damage. Her level 3 super, she'll go into full fury and unleash a devastating kick followed by a punch and a final blow that'll set everyone blasting away with electricity. So let's see how well Tamara Tesla can do on the battlefield. Put Tamara Tesla on the board. We need another character, and this one is the shopkeeper of Horods. Yeah, that's right. Her name, Ms. Snoots. This is one of she may not be good, but she is definitely good. A good place to start on the battlefield. Her fighting techniques is more sophisticated than ever before, and I gotta say, she is one hot girl. So will she do better on the battlefield? Let's find out. Put her on the roster. We still have one more character to go before we get to the final 5 Moshlings in the main roster, and his name is Mo Yuki, shopkeeper of Ukiah. It's not to be confused with IKEA, while Horods is a parody to Herods. Anyways, Yucky can throw away him. They can use his boxes to throw stuff at their opponents. And for his level 3 super, he'll unleash his true attack and devastate his foes like a hurricane. So get out there and put Moyuki on the board. We still have now we have our main characters complete. We still need 5 more Moshis to go to complete the roster. And who better way to start it than with the Mop Top 20 Bob? That's why I chose Zach Bin Spin, the Mop Top 20 Bob, to represent the Rockstar set in Moshi Fighters. Now, this is my hair. Mop Top 20 Bob, my head's too long, and head over heels. They're all both performed by Zach Bin Spin, and he'll do whatever it takes to shine the spotlight. For his level 3 super, he'll do a kickback. He'll kick his opponents and send everyone to a concert where Zach will throw himself onto his opponent and deal some massive damage. Ouch! And that is how it's supposed to say. So put Zach Bin Spin on the board, but we need another rock star, and that's why I chose Bobby Sing Song, the Johnny was Sing-a-ling. That's how it's supposed to say. And the three heading from Johnny was Sing-a-ling is somewhat very popular, and he'll be ready to dance his way onto the battlefield with his Jollywood skills. So let's see how well he does in Moshi Fighters. Put him on the board. Next fighter we need to bring in. Oh yes, how about a secret Moshling? I chose Blingo the Flashy Fox. This is fun. Now this Flashy Fox is secret, as he did head over my top 20 by my hair is too long alongside Zap Bin Spin, which I talked about earlier on. So, and his moves are more powerful. His beatbox is his boombox is his secret weapon. He'll use whatever it takes to slam his opponents down and win with the competition. So that's why I'm putting Blingo on the roster. Next up on the board, we need a worldie. That's a worldie Moshling. And for that, and since in Anno America, which I led, I chose Liberty, the Happy Statue. This is how I'm supposed to say about this character. And Liberty is, she has her wish list on one book, on one hand, and ice cream cone on the other. Well, Liberty is the Happy Statue, and she's got what it takes to get the win and finish off the competition strong. And I gotta say, Liberty is one happy Moshling. So let's hope. Oh, and for her level 3 super, she'll use her ice cream torch to burn anyone out of the competition, and then use her wish list to wish for the things she wanted, so she can send her flying off off her wish list and into their opponents to make them scream for joy. So best of luck to you, Liberty. We love you. Put her on the roster. There's only one spot left in the base roster, and for this final character, I saved the best for last. I've chosen Captain Squirk, the Zoshling. Oh yeah, you know what we saw coming. Captain Squirk needs to be in the game, and that is why he is the leader of the Zoshlings. And I gotta say, his moves are more powerful. Even Okon and his friends, first Arms Ooze, Splutnik, and Dr. C Things. So to put it for teamwork done right. So good luck to Captain Squirk. We're gonna need you very soon. But that is it. That is your base roster for Moshi Fighters. We have Katsuma, Puppet, Furry, Zomber, Lovely, Diablo, Busted Bob Chops, Dr. Strangeglove, Rory Scrawl, Dewey, Snozzle Wobson, Mr. Snoodle, Mrs. Snoodle, Shishi, Pink, Melina, Big Cheat Tiny Head, Sprocket, Hubs, Elder Furry, Agony Ant, Sleepy Paws, Nodkins, Icky, Chop Chop, Fluttercup, Captain Coswalla, Wally Warp Speed, Tamara Tesla, Miss Snoots, Mo Yucky, Zach Bin Spin, Blink, Bobby Sing Song, Blingo, Liberty, and Captain Squirk. That's your base roster for Moshi Fighters. But what if the game was successful? Well, if it was, we should have DLC, and we have 2 packs to get to, starting with DLC pack number 1. And for this first character on the roster, for this first pack of DLC pack, I chosen to go with a bouncer who protects the underground disco. That's why for the first character DLC pack 1, I've chosen Bubba the Bouncer. I just gotta say this to you, Bubba the Bouncer is definitely one of my all-time favorite characters, and I gotta say, he's mean, he's naughty, but he'll do whatever it takes to pack a punch out of to bring it in. Got it. Anyway, so put Bubba the Bouncer there. Moving on. Next up, we're gonna need the captain of the Cloudy Cloth Clipper to do that. His name, Captain Buck E. Barnacle. Now, I gotta say, he is a barnacle, not similar to Furry, but he is. Although he's not similar to Furry, but he's still a good friend. I just want to say this to you, but Captain Buck E. Barnacle is good enough. He'll bring all his shipmates to sea for his level 3 super, and bring everything onto his table. So put him on the board. Next up on the roster, we're gonna need an ice cream shop. We're gonna need an ice cream shop partner, and his name, Giuseppe Gelato. So yes, it's ice cream shop. Ice cream shop. So what does he look like on the roster when it comes to fighting? Well, Giuseppe Gelato can do just that. He'll throw ice cream at his opponents, dealing massive knockback and a little bit of knockback. But for his level 3 super, he'll unleash a true ice cream machine, which he puts his opponents in and deals a massive knockback. Unbelievable, my friends. That is how you get the job done. So let's put Giuseppe Gelato on the board. Next up, the final main character to go into DLC Pack 1 is Commander Sassafras. That's right. Another member of Clonk joins in. So Commander Sassafras is one worthy member of Clonk, but what does his moves look like? I have no idea. So let's see how it does on the battlefield. Put Commander Sassafras on there. Now for the 5 Moshlings that will be in the base roster. And for that, I decided to go back to the Snapeys Moshling, the Snapeys set, and add another Moshling. So for that, I chosen Yanzi, the Sleepwalking Otter. Now, this is a character that I always wanted to see every day. We already got Sleepy Paws, we already got Noggins, but what if Yanzi was added in as a DLC character? Well, only time will tell. So, let's see how he does on the battlefield. Put him on the board. We have one more Sleepy's Moshling to go to, and his name is Professor Feathersnooze, the Owl of Nod. Now, this is a character I'm going to see every day, but just the way I am, I always hope for the best. And I just want to say this to you, Professor Feathersnooze is definitely a good owl when it comes to his moves on the battlefield. And his moveset will make his opponents feel sleepy. So, how would this affect each other? Let's find out. Put him on the board, and that brings me with 2 remaining characters left in DLC Pack 1. And his next character I've chosen, one of the most popular Moshlings of all time, I've chosen back in the... for that, I had to go back to the BC set and select Cheapers, the Snuggly Tiger Cub. Now, this is a good character. I just want to say, how I really love about it is that his moveset is more spectacular than it used to be before. And I hope that his powers can do more strategy in the near future. So good luck to that. Cheapers is good. Also, for his level 3 super, he'll unleash a Fury attack. Now, that can send his opponents flying away. Ouch. That is gonna be good. We may never know. So, let's put Cheapers on the board, and that brings me to our final character of DLC Pack 1. For that, I had to go back to the Moshi Sleep and Mindfulness app to find that Moshling, and we found her as portrayed by Goldie Hawn. Her name is Goldie, the Mindful Moshling. Now, Goldie is someone very popular, but her design is more. I decided to take her look from world famous celebrity Goldie Hawn, and I hope her moveset can do just that. So that's how I'm supposed to say. Put her on the roster, and there you have it. Our 8 DLC characters in 8 killers in DLC Pack number 1. Bubba the Bouncer, Captain Buck E. Barnacle, Giuseppe Gelato, Commander Sassafras, Yanzi, Professor Feathersnooze, Cheapers, and Goldie. But what if the game was even more successful? What if it added more characters? Well, DLC Pack number 2 comes in, and that's the final pack we're going to be taking a look at in this video. So grab your packs, grab your pencils, because it's go time for the final pack of characters. Starting off, we got Tyra Fangs. This is a good character, and I just wanted to say this. Tyra Banks is no stranger when it comes to her moveset, and she is no exception. She owns the Tyra Spa, she owns her own spa at Ula Lane, and I hope she can do just that. Or Claus can, or Claus will do the justice. She'll unleash it through her level 3 super, and that is how it does it. So let's put her on the board. Next up, we need another celebrity, and that is Simon Growl. A parody of Simon Cowell, as to Tyra Banks, is a parody to Tyra Banks. So Simon Growl can, as his hair called Wiki Figgy, and it's definitely worth the wait. And its bonus can make it stand up for the crowd, and I'll throw punches at it, and that is something we never know about it. So let's put him on the board. Hey, you know what? We have never got a puppeteer in the roster, so I had to choose from one of 4 modeling. I had to choose one of 4 puppeteers, and at the end, I've chosen Lucky, who is the stylish and athletic puppeteer who was ready to team up with Puppet and save and win the day. So Lucky is ready for her moves. Her level 3 super will have her running to the finish line and kicking her opponent away, and then sending her opponents flying away with a fist punch. So good luck on that. Thank you, Lucky. Put her on the board. Next up, we're going to need another ghost pirate alongside Captain Codswallop, and I have selected Jaunty Jack. So that with his soggy pirate hat, the soggy paper hat. I don't even know what Jaunty Jack could do, but he's got an eye patch, so that's something. And I gotta say this to you: no one is ever easier said than done when it comes to his moves. So how did that happen on the battlefield? We will soon find out. Put him on the board, and that brings me to our final 4 Moshlings on the board. So who are they? Which ones are they gonna be? Well, to do that, I had to go to the Lucky set to figure out this next Moshling, and I've chosen Tingling, the Kitten of Good Fortune. Now, this is a good Moshling. Who never knows a lot about her moveset, but she's got a lot of comeback ability to take care of, and I believe this is a good time to use her sharp claws to bring good fortune to everyone. So let's put Tingling on the board. Next up, from the Birdie set, I've chosen Peppy, the Stunt Penguin. This is one of my all-time favorite Moshlings. I never heard of before, but what cares about is Peppy can do stunts, a lot of stunts, using his head and goggles. This is how it's supposed to see, and with his using his white face and white underbelly, he'll do whatever it takes to win the competition. And for his level 3 stunt, he'll hop aboard a bike and do his daredevil tricks, and then he'll crash land onto his opponent to deal some massive damage. So that is going to be a lot of fun. So put Peppy on the board. Next up, we decided to do an upcoming Moshling, and I've chosen one from straight out of the Moshi Fighters app, and that's Gideon the Amphibian. This is one of my all-time. This is definitely a good choice. I only heard about him once in the Moshi Fighters app during one of his sleep stories featuring Gideon, and I hope these can never be easier said than done. But let's hope he makes his official debut in the game. Only time will tell. And I'll put him on the board, and that leads me to our final Moshling on the roster. The one we've all been waiting for all its entire life. The one we never heard of before, but now is finally. I was so close to having Big Bad Bill in the game, as well as Callie the Valley Mermaid. Big Bad Bill was the Woolly Blue Hoodoo, and I wanted to include Baby Rocks, the Glitzy Boohoo, but instead I decided to go with her predecessor. So, for the final character on the roster, I have chosen Lady Goo Goo, the Glitzy Boohoo. She is back, baby! Yeah! That's right. Lady Goo Goo is making her return in Moshi Fighters, and she's got to do whatever it takes to get her job done. Our level 3 super will have her start with a punch, then that if hit by the punch, her opponents he or she will have to dance to the beat until Lady Goo Goo blows the opponent away with a kiss. So best of luck to you. And with that, we have our official main roster. we are the roster is complete. On the board, we have Katsuma, Poppet, Furry, Zomber, Lovely, Diablo, Buster Bubble Chops, Dr. Strangeglove, Rory Squall, Dewey, Snozzle Wilson, Mr. Snoodle, Mrs. Snoodle, Shishi, Pink, Melina, Big Chi Tiny Head, Sprocket, Hubs, Elder Furry, Agony Ant, Sleepy Paws, Notkins, Iggy, Chop Chop, Fluttercup, Captain Coswallop, Wally Warp Speed, Tamara Tesla, Ms. Snoots, Bo Yucky, Zach Binspin, Bobby Sing Song, Blingo, Liberty, and Captain Squirk. For in DLC pack number 1, we have Bubba the Bouncer, Captain Buck E. Barnacle, Giuseppe Gelato, Commander Sassafras, Yanzi, Professor Feathersnooze, Jeepers, and Goldie. And in DLC pack number 2, we have Tyra Fangs, Siren Growl, Lucky, Johnny Jack, Tinkling, Peppy, Gideon, and Lady Goo Goo. So there you have it, my friends. That is your roster for Moshi Fighters. What do you think about this roster? Let me know in the comments below. I'll do my best to make sure how it happens to be. Also, leave your suggestions for any future roster builders in the comment section below. I'll do my best to make it happen. But all that said, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. My first ever episode of Roster Builder. I hope you had a good time. If you like what you saw, be sure to check out some other hardcore videos on the channel. Also, become a member. I highly recommend you can do so. It's definitely worth the wait. So, it's definitely worth one. You'll never know if you like what you saw. So, I'll put that link in the description down below. So please go check it out. But all that said, guys, thank you all for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share the video with your friends, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, turn on notifications to every video. Subscribe to notifications to every new video from me, as we're on the road to 4,500 subscribers. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video. I'm going to sign off. Like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Laters! Before we go, here's one final look at the roster for Moshi Fighters. So you have been warned. So there you go. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you in another video. Laters!